in the Seattle Center Coliseum. This is Jim Durham with Jack Gibbons. The Jeep Eagle lineups tonight: Ellie, Mullen, Lister, Hardaway, and Owens for Golden State. And the home-standing SuperSonics are within one. They've got Benoit Benjamin starting in the middle tonight in place of Michael Cage, and we've got a good one working. Timeout taken with 6:38 left in the opening quarter.
A lot of women find my looks intimidating. Do you?
My mother makes the best brisket.
There I was in the Congo.
Why is a good man so hard to find?
Just a minute, okay?
Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down. To drink light, yet satisfy completely. So while men aren't perfect,
You finished up?
at least refreshment is.
Kilimanjaro, 1.8 million years in the making. It's finally ready for the new Jeep.
Mommy, what are you doing?
Well, sweetie, where Mommy works, some people are losing their jobs.
Eric's dad lost his job and they had to move.
This is our home, sweetie, and nothing's gonna make us move. That's why Mommy's starting her own business. Does that scare you?
No, are you scared?
No. Are you?
No, are you?
No.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
A one-point Golden State lead here early in the first quarter. This series is all tied at 1. The SuperSonics wrestling the home court advantage away in Game 1 by winning in Oakland, out-rebounding Golden State handily. In Game 2, just the opposite. It was the Warriors rallying in the second half for a 14-point victory. They had the edge in rebounding and shot better from the field as well. Mario Ellie was Super Mario in that contest. George Karl's club back home now with the home court advantage, and they are trying to take out Don Nelson and the Golden State Warriors by winning these home games here.
Jim, both teams off to a real good start. 7 of 10 from the floor for Seattle. Golden State 7 of 12.
It belongs to Golden State.
I will say that Seattle is leading 6-2 in the rebound column, and the team that has won the rebound battle in Game 1 and Game 2 has won the game, so that is important.
New York taking the edge and getting the home court advantage back in its series with Detroit earlier tonight, and New Jersey stays alive with a victory against the Cavaliers. Here's Hardaway coming up short. Loose ball. Billy Owens tracks it down. They got a reset on the 24, so it must have touched something. Mario Ellie off the drive. Tipped away by McKee, but to Ellie.
Well, that's the way Golden State must play the boards.
The foul as Hardaway turned it in. Derek McKee with his first. That's 3 team fouls on Seattle.
I said that Seattle was winning the board 6-2. Let me change that. Golden State has the advantage in a rebound department. They, for the most part, have been able to give Seattle only one shot at the basket each time down.
Ellie lost control. It was Gary Payton who knocked the ball out of bounds. So with 16 on the shot clock, Golden State to throw in. Hardaway. Sean Kemp, the Seattle rebound. The Sonics back with a shot at the lead. McKee guarded by Mullen. 10 on the shot clock.
Well, that has been a real good matchup. Mullen and McKee going right at each other.
Now it's Payton inside with a left-hand move.
McKee has been able to control Chris Mullen, not allow them to have those big games.
Mullen is fouled by Payton. Sarunas Marciulionis coming on for the Warriors in the backcourt.
You'll see Payton along the baseline right here. He has been able to get in to the basket using his size on Hardaway. He's had 2 or 3 baskets just like that.
Mullen picked up by Kemp out front. Gives it up to Marciulionis, and Payton has his second foul.
Well, with that fight in the second game, in game 2, you know these officials are going to make sure they do not allow the contact to get too much here in this game early. Nate McMillan is going to check into the game, and talking to George Karl here today, he said it's important anyway for this guy that you're looking at to get at least 30 minutes in this game tonight.
McMillan has been a solid playoff performer here for the Sonics since he came into the league. Marciulionis dropping the free throw. The team fouls right now, 5 for Seattle and none for Golden State. The 2 free throws by Marciulionis put the Warriors up by 1. And the deep pass knocked down, but a foul on Marciulionis. That's the first foul whistled against Golden State.
Golden State will run that full-court 2-2-1 trap at Seattle in an attempt to make sure they keep the pace up, and that will give them more opportunities on the other end, they feel.
From the outside, it's McKee. Derek McKee has 6, and the Sonics are back up by 1. Billy Owens gives it up to Hardaway. Hardaway off the drive, all the way inside, gets the basket and draws the foul. And Jack, from here, it looked as if Tim Hardaway was body hunting all the way inside. He wanted that three-point play.
He knew the contact was going to come. His first step is so good. Watch right here. He gets around the screen, and the Sonics not ready to help out under the basket.
Sean Kemp on that foul.
Replaces Sean Kemp.
That's his second.
I figured Seattle would have to go small in this game a lot. They would like to get a lot of minutes for Kemp. They would like to get a lot of minutes for Benjamin, but when Golden State is controlling the tempo, as they have been in this game so far, Seattle has to match up small.
SuperSonics getting themselves into foul trouble. Pierce scoring on Owens. They got Kemp and Payton on the bench with 2 fouls early. Eddie Johnson into the lineup for Seattle, the veteran forward. Off the drive, it's Owens. And Michael Cage snaps down the rebound. Seattle the ball in a 1-point lead. This is the first time tonight they've had the ball with a chance to extend. Off the turnaround, McKee is fouled by Victor Alexander.
You will see a lot of switching on both ends of the floor defensively. Both teams now very, very similar in size, similar in quickness, and they will run a lot of screens, but you'll see switching instead of trying to fight through those picks.
Don Nelson with a quick change. Alexander out, and Chris Gatling has come in. Gatling, 6'10" rookie. He doesn't have the size of Alexander. He's matched up with Michael Cage, though.
He's a guy, though, that has been playing very well the last 12 ball games. He's been in double figures in 9 of those games.
Off the ball, Steve Javy with a call. It's a foul whistled against Michael Cage. Oh, I'm sorry, Eddie Johnson, number 8, not 44.
This is going to be a tough matchup right here. I'm talking about Hardaway working against Ricky Pierce.
Marciulionis with a dump pass inside to Owens, and Seattle comes away with it. Nate McMillan on the push. McKee with a bullet pass inside. It's out of bounds. The Sonics keep it with 17 to shoot.
This up-tempo to the liking of Golden State, I think. I know George Karl, you're looking at him right there, wants his Seattle team to run the fast break, executing in the open floor. But Golden State led the league in forcing turnovers, and it's pretty sloppy right now.
Cage. McKee finding McMillan for a 3. Mullen with the rebound. The Warriors down 1. Hardaway to Marciulionis. Nice shot by Marciulionis. That sideways move.
Very creative. His upper body gives him ability to push off and create some shots.
Eddie Johnson turning the corner, driving the lane, but a foul call.
Timeout, Warriors.
Timeout taken. Don Nelson's club is down 1 here in the first quarter.
Well, here it is, gentlemen. Top of the world. Now, I put my camera here. Your vehicle would face out over the cliffs. What do you think? Look, if you plan to claim your vehicle's as good as a Jeep, you really need this shot in your commercial. How are we going to get our vehicle up here?
Helicopter.
We'll lift it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Great. Go down and make some calls.
Yeah, same thing. It's going to be a great commercial.
Tune in to the total rock and roll experience on QFM 96. QFM 96. Great classic rock and roll. And only the best of today's rock.
Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, 'cause mama, I'm sure all the handle.
With Wags and Elliot in the morning. QFM 96 has been rocking Columbus for 15 years. QFM 96. The total rock and roll experience is QFM 96.
Heat is really on at Germain Toyota. With the largest inventory in our history, over 1,000 new and used cars, the lowest finance rates of the year, and extended hours, this is bound to be the biggest automotive sales event anywhere. Get hot deals now, like the 92 Camry, just $13,995, or the Corolla, an unbelievable $79,995. You won't find lower Toyota prices anywhere. This is it, the Toyota sale of the season. It's simple, Columbus. We sell more Toyotas than we sell them for less at Ohio's largest, Germain Toyota. Let's deal.
Golden State nursing a 1-point lead here in the first quarter. Jim Durham with Jack Givens here at courtside in the Seattle Center Coliseum. And, you know, Jack, as often is the case when you have a physical series, the referee's going to blow the whistle a lot. And they've done that, but it's still physical.
Well, they have here in this ball game so far, but still it's going to be a physical ball club. Both coaches feel they have to keep it physical. Now, you'll see Marciulionis go to the basket here. Get the basket to go down. Now watch the action under the basket. Ricky Pierce, look at the push, and you'll see Marciulionis with a little forearm right there, and we'll see a whole lot more of that before this game is over.
That was the second foul on Marciulionis. Eddie Johnson off the lean-in.
Eddie Johnson.
Biggest lead so far in this game has been 3 points. This is the third game of a series that's tied at 1. Billy Owens gives it up to Gatling. Mullen finds Hardaway for 3. And the rebound is out of bounds. Which way? It belongs to Golden State. In this series, the one part of that Golden State offense that's been missing is the 3-point field goal. They have not shot the ball well from 3-point range.
Hardaway has taken 2 or 3 so far in this game, and his shot just doesn't look good when it leaves his hand.
Here's Gatling.
That's what he has been giving him off the bench. Playing with a lot of enthusiasm, playing with a lot of hustle, and he gives them another big body that can battle Seattle down low.
Ricky Pierce off the drive. And it's offensive basket interference. McKee touched it while it was on the rim.
Well, that was real close. We'll see right here. It's definitely going to roll off the rim. But is McKee up there? Yes, very close.
Tim Hardaway at the controls. Gatling out high. Now it's Mullen, who really hasn't been looking much for his offense.
He has not, and I'm really surprised. McKee started out on him, did a good job. Now Cage at 6'10", making it very difficult for Mullen to get the shot up.
Off the deflection, it's Cage with the steal. 1:30 left opening quarter. Seattle needs a hoop to regain the lead, and McKee has it. Nate McMillan finding him wide open under the basket.
You see the difference when Seattle has been able to get the rebound. They've been able to kick it out and beat Golden State down before they get their defense set.
Derek McKee 4 for 4, and there's Mullen with his shot attempt. The Warriors keep it on the hustle. It's rejected inside, but goaltending. It's on McKee.
The crowd doesn't like the call, but the ball was on the backboard. McKee got it on the way down. McKee knows. He's not arguing at all. You'll see it right here. Hardaway chases down the rebound. Look, it's on the backboard, and McKee gets it.
Gatling the basket. The Warriors the 1-point lead. Shot clock at 15 inside of a minute here in the quarter. Again, McKee on the backdoor cut.
Taking advantage of the rookie right now, getting him to lean one way. McKee with the quick step has been able to free himself the last 2 times down.
Mullen over Johnson.
Mullen rushing his shot just a little bit.
A loose ball foul called against Golden State. It's on Gatling.
I think Gatling will be on the free throw line. They're going to get Seattle. Pierce with the push from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, but in watching Chris Mullen's shot, what happens when you don't get many, you have a tendency to rush it just a little bit. Now the shot doesn't go. Now there's the push. Pierce coming up from behind. Gatling will get 2 free throws.
That's the first foul on Pierce. But a big discrepancy in personal fouls here in the first quarter. 9-3. 9 fouls against the homestanding SuperSonics. By the way, Dana Barros has come on for George Karl in that Seattle backcourt. It's 3-point time for the Sonics with 39.8 left in the quarter.
Dana Barros led the NBA as far as 3-point field goal percentage is concerned over the course of the regular season.
Eddie Johnson on the lean in after Marciulionis missed the steal.
Johnson.
And Don Nelson is taking a timeout here. It's a 20-second timeout with 24 seconds left in the opening quarter. Seattle with his 2-point lead.
I think what Don is upset about, you've seen Seattle, their last 3 or 4 possessions, score uncontested layups or easy jump shots, and I think Don wants his team to get a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end of the floor.
So far in the first quarter, neither team has been able to establish much in terms of a lead.
Now here's a look at a basket by McKee. You see him on Gatling. Gatling looking away from the action. McKee with the quick drop step, and you saw Don Nelson in that huddle single out his rookie and say we need a little bit more consistency on the defensive end of the floor.
Los Angeles Clippers trying to stay alive, leading Utah early. Shot clock is at 14, 5 difference. Billy Owens under some pressure, and he still hits it.
That right there is the result of playing with guys like Hardaway and Mullen. Every shot is a good one.
McMillan dribbled it off his foot. It's still loose, and now McMillan for 3 at the buzzer. And after 1, the Warriors and the SuperSonics are all even at 28.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Sonics dance team.
Karma's gonna get you. Gonna look you right in the face. Better get yourself together, darling. Join the human race. Where we all shine on. Like the moon and the stars and the sun. Yeah, we all shine on.
From the Far East to Europe. Across the Caribbean and throughout North America, only one airline covers so much of the world with so much warmth.
Gillette presents Sensor, the system, the technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor, twin blades set on springs to read your face and respond. Independent suspension to sense and adjust to every curve of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get.
Some things were meant to fade, and some things weren't. Like Dutch Boy Satin Finish House Paint. Nothing resists cracking, peeling, and fading better. Nothing.
Dutch Boy, for the look that lasts.
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it with Son of a Gun from STP. Shoot the dash, seats, tires, and roof. Son of a Gun protector. Man, what a difference.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, Jim Durham with Jack Gibbons in the Seattle Center Coliseum. Game 3 in this Western Conference first round matchup. 14,300 on hand here, watching one of the best teams in the NBA on the road. The Golden State Warriors during the regular season with a club record road mark of 24-17, tied with Portland and second only to the Chicago Bulls.
And they're doing just what they have to do so far in this game to stay close. They make a game of it. They are shooting 50%. They're out-rebounding Golden State. Out-rebounding Seattle 10-5. And that is important. That's a stat we'll have to keep an eye on the rest of the way.
Sharunas Marciulionis fires. Eddie Johnson claims the rebound. Eddie Johnson driving past Mullen. He's got 6.
He has 3 of 3 from the field. McKee 5 of 5. Benjamin 2 for 2. And Sean Kemp 1 for 1. That's their inside people. They haven't missed one yet.
Again, I'm intrigued by this matchup. George Karl putting big people on Mullen. And so Mullen took Benjamin to the hoop, missed the shot, but drew the foul.
Well, that had to be a misassignment right there. You definitely don't want Benoit Benjamin out on the floor playing against Mullen. Now watch right here. He knows he's going to get this back. He gives it up, gets Benjamin up in the air, and gets right to the basket.
They seem to want to keep the big guys on him, though, Jack. You know, he had Cage on him.
Yeah, but I don't know if they want that big. You have Cage, who has some quickness. You have McKee at 6'10", who has some quickness. And I know that those two guys can handle Mullen, but you just can't expect Benjamin to handle him that far away from the basket.
Chris Mullen with 4. The Warriors draw even. Nate McMillan guarded by Marciulionis. A pitch out to Barros for 3. Book it.
And that's why he's in there.
He's the league leader in three-point shooting for the regular season, and he's 2 for 2 in the playoffs so far from there. Tyrone Hill, who's on, guarded by Benjamin. Now it's Marciulionis driving on McMillan and around Benjamin. What a shot.
How in the world did he get that one to go? He is so creative off the dribble.
A 1-point lead for the Sonics this trip. Dana Barros guarded by Hardaway. And on the pass inside, a whistle.
Tyrone Hill with the push. Watch Marciulionis right here get to the basket. Benjamin is going to come over, and somehow he's going to dip up under Benjamin, wanting the contact. It didn't come, but the concentration level up high gets it to go.
Sideline out of bounds for the Sonics with 10:20 left to go in the second quarter. Eddie Johnson unloads. Cage the rebound. Barros again for 3. He scored 9 points in the playoffs on 3 threes.
Well, it's nice when you can spot up, stand back there, and know you're going to get the ball when you're open. Hardaway trying to help out down low. He'll have to stay home.
Hardaway tried to tip it away to keep it alive. Now Mullen for 3. And Cage the rebound. A 4-point lead for Seattle. Its biggest of the game.
They went to Benjamin early, got him going, got a couple baskets.
He's a bigger player over Tyrone Hill. Benjamin has 6.
He missed the final 16 games of the regular season. Hasn't played hardly at all in the playoffs until tonight.
Chris Mullen finally connects from the perimeter. He's got 6 points in the game. Barros took up some slack that time. And the tip in to Eddie Johnson.
The bigness of Seattle working that time around the board. I think Golden State has to get more shots for Chris Mullen. They have to get him going.
They go inside instead, and Billy Owens is chopped down. He'll shoot 2.
Barrows made a couple three-point baskets. Now you have to run at him. His quickness enables him to get to the paint. Boy, he's just too close. Can't get that one to go, but Eddie Johnson right there to knock that one back down.
2 shots for Owen.
Billy Owens quiets the crowd with that first one.
Derek McKee returns for the Sonics.
Derek McKee back in for the SuperSonics, and Blake Benjamin goes out. There's the rookie out of Syracuse. He has averaged more per game in the first 2 games of the playoffs than he did in the regular season. That's a good sign.
Yes.
The great ones do that.
And another reason why is because Mullen hasn't been on. He's down about 6 points per game under his average. The Phillies had to get more.
Here's Barrows for 3. Dana Barrows has it stuck on automatic. And Don Nelson takes time. The Seattle Center Coliseum roars to life. The SuperSonics have opened up a 7-point lead at 43-36.
The Sonics are proud to welcome Pizza Haven to the Coliseum in celebration of our 25-year anniversary.
Every sports sedan is supposed to do well in the fast lane. But what about these lanes? At Lexus, we've achieved extremely tight tolerances between all major body panels. So not only does the ES300 look like it's put together well, it actually is put together well.
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get her last words out of my head. As I came over the ridge, I kicked it in a fifth. And suddenly, I couldn't hear a word she said.
For a great selection and a great price, come to Classic Cycles, 2657 Morse Road.
It's time to spring into action this week at Just for Feet, the world's largest athletic shoe store. It's a big spring sale with your favorite name brands starting from just $19.99. Nike, Reebok, New Balance, Avia, Adidas, and K-Swiss. All starting from just $19.99 for men, ladies, and kids. So bounce on in to the big spring sale at Just for Feet, where your 13th pair is free.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. We'll go back to Seattle, where the Sonics have a 7-point lead over Golden State in just a second. First, an update on Utah and the LA Clippers. Rough stuff. Mike Brown, James Edwards get tangled up. No punches, no ejections, no fun in the front row. There were technicals assessed to both guys. Right now, the Clippers with a 36-30 lead over Utah at the LA Sports Arena. Now let's get back to Seattle.
Okay, Ernie, and here it's Seattle by 7. The hot outside shooting of Dana Barrows has propelled the SuperSonics into this biggest lead of the game so far.
They are shooting 71% as a team. Chris Mullen now starting to heat up. Seattle also with all 4 rebounds in this second quarter.
Nate McMillan trying to back Marciulionis in, and a foul on Cage setting the screen.
Offensive foul, Michael Cage.
I think it is imperative for this guy to get going offensively. Watch Chris Mullen, never stops moving. Just circles around, gets the open position on the floor, and gets it to go down. He has to do more of that.
Mullen being guarded by Cage. Billy Owens against Eddie Johnson, and off the ball we get a 3-second violation.
Now that call will come a lot quicker against a rookie than it will against one of the veteran players.
I don't know about you, Jack, but that's the first 3-second call of the playoffs for me.
I had one the other night, and I was just as surprised as you are tonight.
Here's McMillan guarded by Marciulionis. Cage driving Gatlin. And then tipped. It's tipped in by McMillan.
The offensive board works.
finding Hardaway. A 3-try by Hardaway. Rimming, no. And the rebound dug out by Marciulionis. And this one belongs to Golden State. Eddie Johnson unable to find the handle. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Jack and I will be selecting the Budweiser Player of the Game. Dana Barros has the early inside track. Mullen is on fire.
It's amazing how the rebound situation has led very closely to what has happened during the course of the game. Golden State that time working the offensive rebound. The offensive boards got a shot for Chris Mullen.
Here's McMillan for 3. Boy, the Seattle SuperSonics are really nailing the outside shot. That's their 4th 3 already. Mullen, that's a 2 if it goes, and it's taken out by, well, it's stolen by Gatling.
They're staying right there after the rebound comes off, trying to slow Seattle's fast break opportunities down.
Don Nelson's got to feel pretty good so far. McMillan off the drive and an offensive foul called. And the crowd here in Seattle thought Marciulionis did a bit of acting on that one.
Offensive foul with Nate McMillan, first personal. Gary Payton returns for the
You'll see
Sonics,
Golden State right here. They have been trying to run this full-court pressure. The 2-2-1 full-court press. They've been trying to force some turnovers. The thing is, Seattle has been able to get 3 or 4 outside jump shots for Dana Barros.
Gary Payton has come back in for the SuperSonics, replacing McMillan.
Well, what a lift Barros' bench is coming on the floor.
Here's Payton getting inside, and Gatling stops him right at the hoop, and the fans want a goaltend on that one.
George Karl wanted goaltending also. I think that's a nice play by Gatling, though he got up very quickly to knock that one out of bounds.
With 13 to shoot, the lob comes to McKee.
Well, I'm watching Hardaway, and he's still backing off of Dana Barros. I'm surprised he's not staying at home.
Billy
Owens on that foul, and Derek McKee to shoot 2. Sean Kemp getting ready to come back in for Seattle. You know, Jack, I mentioned earlier, Don Nelson has to be somewhat pleased. As hot of shooting as the SuperSonics have, and his club's only down 6.
Yeah, I know Don doesn't like seeing those three-point baskets go down, but I'm sure he would rather see them early in the game. I think as fatigue starts to play down the stretch, a very emotional game here, you'll see those three-point shots start to come up short.
That was the first free throw attempt for Seattle in the game, after Golden State hit 9 of its first 11. He has that one.
A half-court trap of their own, Seattle.
Marciulionis finding Mullen.
Write that down. You can write that down. That is definitely in his range.
10 of his 12 points here in the second quarter.
Well, just when you think you're doing a job on Mullen, he gets one to go, and then he's very aggressively looking for the open spots on the floor, and his teammates are looking for it.
The Warriors are opening things up with dribble penetration. That's Marciulionis stripping it from Barros. Mullen against Payton, leaves it for Gatling.
Unselfish play that time, Mullen. He has it going offensively. You couldn't blame him for taking it on to the basket, but he gave it up.
A timeout taken by George Karl with 5:10 left to go in the half. The Seattle SuperSonics, who were up by 8, now lead it by 4.
There's a place where the home team always wins, where fashion models cling to ordinary guys, and ordinary guys really know how to dance.
Why can't life be like beer commercials? Why? Ask why. Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down, to drink light yet satisfied completely. Because when all the world's a stage, your refreshment should be real.
Green. Who
wouldn't envy green? Such a versatile color. Summer, winter, indoors or out, green's a natural. And nobody does green like Dockers.
The Lexus LS400 has an extremely effective electronic security system. While it may look rather simple to you, to a car thief, it looks something like this.
A couple of teams will try and stay alive tomorrow night at home on TNT. The Heat against the Bulls. And then the second game of the doubleheader, the Los Angeles Lakers homestanding against the Portland Trail Blazers. Chris Mullen obviously has been watching videotape of Jack Givens in his prime.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jim. I wish. I tell you what, this is why he's the best in the business at his position, at catching the ball and shooting it. So many times you see guys at the small forward spot have to put it on the floor to create a shot for themselves at that distance. He catches it, lets it go. He's the best at the business, in the business at that.
Golden State, one of the top shooting clubs in the NBA during the regular season, second in the league. And in the first two games of the series, they were way down in that area. Here's a foul call on Mario Ellie. That's his first, and 3 team fouls against the Warriors.
Ellie was the savior for Golden State in game 2. He came off the bench after not playing at all in the first half. 17 big points in that second half of play.
You know, Don Nelson said today, he said, hey, I thought we played well in the first half, too. Here's Ricky Pierce giving the Sonics a 6-point lead.
Played well. They were down by about 8 points on the scoreboard. Out-rebounded by 6 after that first half in game 2.
Barcelona's guarded by Kemp. Payton also shows, and they find Ellie underneath. Missed hit by Gatling. Loose ball to Seattle. It's out of bounds to the Sonics. LA Clippers with a 10-point lead on Utah in the second quarter, needing a win to stay alive, as the Nets did stay alive tonight, winning at home against Cleveland. Kemp taking Gatling into the post. Sean Kemp with 4.
Such a tremendous athlete, so strong, a lively body. He's going to get some shots. They have to keep him off the offensive board, so that's where he really hurts you.
Golden State staying on the perimeter so far. Barcelona's doubled up, finds Gatling, who finds Mullen. McKee ran out at it. Now Mullen to Ellie. Boy, they get that action going to the basket.
Boy, they look for each other so well. Seattle, good passers at every position. Excuse me, Golden State.
Mario Ellie has his first 2 points of the contest. Pierce driving on Ellie and lost the handle going to the hoop. Benoit Benjamin returns for the Sonics. And Eddie Johnson checks out. So now they have a front line of Benjamin, McKee, and Kemp.
Well, this is something you haven't seen a whole lot of here in Seattle. Those 3 guys in the game together. But George Karl said he's going to try to make Golden State play their game, which is big, instead of the other way around.
Gatling from the outside.
Well, he makes that. He's very tough.
He's got 12 points in the game, and that equals his playoff best so far. Victor Alexander on his way to the scorer's table for the Warriors.
Well, Don Nelson has to answer those big bodies.
Payton off the drive. Gary Payton with 6. Now Marciulionis is fouled by Payton. Lee Jones making the call, and Payton thought he had all ball on that one.
You'll see Payton right here with his quickness. He's been able to get to the basket. Most of his baskets so far in this game have been just like that.
That's the 3rd foul on Payton. That's big. And he goes out with Nate McMillan back in.
For the Sonics, Nate McMillan replaces
a little quickness going to the bench, but a lot of experience coming on the floor. And I was talking to George Karl about the foul on McMillan, the flagrant foul that was called. McMillan got hit with the big fine from the NBA. And Carl said that is just not Nate's nature to try to intentionally hurt someone, and I have to agree with him.
The inside pass tipped away. It's still up for grabs. Hardaway has it. The Warriors out with a 3-on-2, and Marciulionis finishes.
Marciulionis.
Marciulionis with 10. To the basket is McKee. He sort of lulled him to sleep, Jack.
I think so. Mullen never did regain his position defensively and allowed McKee to get on to the basket.
There's a block. The Warriors will be coming in with 17 on the shot clock.
Well, that's nice when you can have McKee at 6'10" guarding Hardaway.
Marciulionis over McMillan. A boomerang shot, and Pierce cuts it off. Quick drive by Kemp, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Boy, he is so quick. You're looking at a guy 6'10". Catch the ball in the corner, put it on the floor. One dribble and get to the basket. Watch how quickly this move comes.
2 shots for
The foul is on Mario Ellie.
Might have stepped out of bounds. Looked like his foot might have gone across the line.
83% from the free throw line in the playoff. Billy Owens returns for Golden State. Marciulionis checks out. Seattle by 5 with 2:03 left here before halftime. Owens claims the rebound.
2 minutes. 2 minutes in the quarter.
Mullen spots up.
That's the shot I'm talking about right there. The ability to catch it and shoot it. He didn't get that one to go, but he's definitely feeling it.
Victor Alexander on the foul. The Warriors are over the limit. Dana Barros back in. To the free throw line is Benoit Benjamin. Ernie Johnson and Bob Weiss will recap tonight's playoff action on the Prudential halftime report. Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant will visit with Dick Versace. Before the Chicago Bulls take on Miami in tomorrow night's action on TNT.
Chicago, as expected, has looked very good in that series. They have dominated in every phase of the game. It's going to be tough for Miami to stay alive in that series.
Although they will be in the friendly confines of their home arena.
And they are tough down in Miami.
Owens under pressure from McKee, who almost had a steal. Ellie trying to save it. If Pierce can get there, he'll have a layup. He did, but only to save.
Well, that's a good effort, though.
And the fans salute that effort. They gave Pierce a standing ovation for his hustle. Benjamin wheels out of the post. And the tip missed by McMillan, but a foul called against Golden State.
Yeah, I think Mario Ellie coming over the back, but you saw all 5 Seattle players go to the boards that time to try to get a second shot. Nate McMillan was there. He has tipped one back in. He was there again.
Mario Ellie with his third, and Marciulionis ready to come back in for it.
Marciulionis returns, replacing Ellie for Golden State.
1:22 left to go in the half.
2 shots.
McMillan hasn't been on the line much in this series. 1 for 2.
For the Sonics, Tony Brown.
Tony Brown checking in for Seattle, and Dana Barros is out.
Tony Brown, another tall body, a guy with some quickness, and I think he will be matched up against Hardaway to try to keep him off.
They started with McMillan on him this time.
Yeah, he'll try to stop Marciulionis. Chris Mullen also a threat right now.
Tim Hardaway lost it on the drive. McKee tipped it away, and now it's Pierce on the run. Ricky Pierce has 8. Marciulionis coming back, and again it's McKee reaching in. Boy, Boy, Derek McKee with some quickness, taking a stab at the dribble of the guards.
I mentioned a little while ago, it's nice to have a guy 6'10" that can get down and body up with a guy like Tim Hardaway. The quickness unmatched at that point guard spot in the NBA.
Victor Alexander lost it underneath. Sonics on the run, and it's off the hand of Pierce. 48.8 left in the half.
Well, but look at the enthusiasm, the hustle Seattle's playing with, and I'm talking about on the defensive end of the floor.
They've opened up a 9-point lead. It's now 6.
3 points.
That's a 3 for Chris Mullen. The first 3 of the night for the Warriors.
Sometime when you're running that double team, trying to force the action, trying to force the turnover, you leave someone open. Mullen was there that time.
Pierce gets the shot up on Hardaway. Seattle will get it again on 24-second possession. 4 difference. Down the lane goes Owens. Rejected by Benjamin. And now Seattle can play it for 1. Benjamin inside over Alexander. Marciulionis has it. Golden State with 5 seconds left. Hardaway for 3. What a cold-blooded shot by Hardaway.
That was a big basket right there. Boy, that's a momentum changer. That's the half in.
That's the end of the half.
Tim Hardaway's 3 helps draw the Warriors to within 5. They trailed by as many as 9, but we've still got a good one here in Seattle.
The 1992 NBA playoffs are brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection, and by Coca-Cola Classic. You can't beat the real thing.
Of the Lexus coupe was designed to exhilarate you, even when you're not moving.
I trade you my Benito Santiago and a Coke Classic for your Rafael Palmeiro.
Wait a second. Make it the whole 6-pack, and you've got it.
I can't believe you traded me.
Rafael, wait a second. Rafael!
Hey, come on. 26 home runs, I hit 322, and you traded me?
It's nothing personal, dude. Just business.
Hey, don't call me dude.
What's up? Sinbad here. This is my team. We wearing black top, only outdoors. You see a team like this. I got my man Too Tall. Show him why you too tall. That's this thing. I got my man Reg. Show him, brother. Fall up, man. Go Reg. Go Reg. Go Reg. Alan, Bigfoot Clemente. What kind of shoe you wear?
Black top.
Ogie. He just whip you in the head with that hair. Whip. Slim got to play outside. You put him inside, he gonna hurt somebody. Show him that 2-inch vertical, brother. And of course, I'm the man Sinbad, the greatest outdoor player that ever lived. Reebok Blacktop.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta coming your way next. It's the Prudential Halftime Report. Atlanta Hawks head coach Bobby Weiss joins us with his insights on the playoffs. Also highlights from L.A. and Detroit and New Jersey. And Dick Versace chases down the Bulls. It's all ahead.
If it makes you nervous to have someone my size in your face, now you know how your kid feels when you're in his.
So our lab guys wanted me to explain the advanced formula in new Rain Dance car polish. I told them, hey, forget that. Just show how easy it is to wipe off. They said no. They'd rather show how new Rain Dance lasts longer than those once-a-year polishes. Something about this special ingredient makes water beat up better longer. I said, nah, show the car. They said no, maybe the bottle. I said car. They said bottle. New Rain Dance. Hey, you can't argue with science. You'll find advanced formula Rain Dance at these fine stores.
Inside your smooth-running engine is a torture chamber. And under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil in every grade meets the world's toughest requirements for viscosity breakdown. Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. After all, why make things tougher on your engine? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars.
She don't look good.
Well, you're stuck here.
Oh, man, how we gonna get out of here, man? Wait a minute. Yeah. Rolling. Sound like isn't bad. Sure looks like it.
That's that new KFC honey barbecue chicken.
New KFC honey barbecue fried chicken in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Come see Hammer in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
The Prudential Halftime Report is brought to you by The Prudential. In a changing world, one thing remains rock solid. The Prudential.
24 down, 24 to go in Seattle. The Sonics have a 65-60 lead over the Golden State Warriors. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta with the Prudential Halftime Report. Joined by Bob Weiss of the Atlanta Hawks. We saw a mental mistake at the end of the half. The Seattle lead ought to be 8.
Well, when you have the ball and you can run out the shot clock at the end of quarters, it's so important. They had the ball. They could have taken the last shot. They shot a little early. Hardaway goes down, hits a three-pointer. It was very reminiscent of in the Boston-Indiana game. Indiana's up 6. They have the ball. They can run the clock out, take the last shot going into the fourth quarter. McLeod took a three-pointer with 10 seconds left. That's when John Bagley came down, hit a three-pointer, and got fouled to put them within 2.
Turn that game around, and those kind of mistakes seem to cost you come playoff time.
They
it's
always come back.
65-60 game, Seattle over Golden State. The winner of this series gets the winner of the Utah-Los Angeles Clippers series. Game 3 of that one tonight. Utah with a chance to close them out at the LA Sports Arena. They're pumped up there. His first playoff game for Clipper fans ever. Karl Malone. Look at how the guy get in there looking for the sweep. Then it's Ron Harper, Kenny Norman hooking up. Oh, what a sweet move by Harper. Tipped it to himself and jammed it home. Rough stuff going on at the LA Sports Arena. There you go, Mike Brown, James Edwards going face to face. Nobody got thrown out. Technicals were assessed. And the guys that thought those were great seats don't think so anymore. 47-36. The Clippers have the halftime lead over Utah as they try to stay alive in that Western Conference series. Earlier tonight here on TNT, game 1 of our doubleheader. We talk about rough stuff. Here we go again. Charles Oakley laying the lumber to Dennis Rodman. Billy Lambier for 3. Detroit sitting pretty, right? 73-68 in the fourth? Wrong. Pat Ewing, nice catch in the paint. The J goes 79-79. We're going to overtime, and we're excited about that. Now Ewing driving, draws the foul, gets it to go 86-83. The Knicks with the lead. Look at Charles Oakley. What a move that was. And here's Lambier at the buzzer to tie. Detroit falls at home and falls down 2-1 in this series. New York 90-87. What kind of a game was it? Listen to Pat Ewing.
Hardest fought game I've ever been in, from college on. You know, Detroit, they're now known for, you know, being physical, and we wanted to come out and match their intensity and just do everything that we needed to do to win. We weren't going to get caught up into, you know, trying to get into fights and things, but we just wanted to stay focused and get the job done.
Boy, a lot of heart on that team because Game 2 was such a tough loss, and they come back, and I think one play, you said, really illustrates the New York heart in this thing.
Well, they do have a lot of heart. They had to come back. They did not end the regular season up well. Boston caught them. They lost the division title. But tonight they did show a lot of poise, a lot of heart, and you've got to want to have the ball in your hands. Watch how hard Ewing has to work to get this thing. One of the best defensive players in the league, and he's still going to get a chance at a three-point play. He did miss that free throw, but that shows you how hard you had to work against this Detroit team to win.
Not need dental records to identify the guy after that go-around with Rodman. Now New York takes the lead. New Jersey is still alive in its series with the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Meadowlands Arena tonight. Larry Nance with 28. Cavs up by 10, fourth period. New Jersey fires away. Drazen Petrovic, that's good for 3. They're down by 1. He's getting them going. And Drazen Petrovic, again, number 3 with the 3. And he exults. The Nets are still alive, down 2 games to 1. There we go again. Bada bing, the Nets, 109-104. Winners over the Cleveland Cavaliers It is 2-1 for Cleveland. We'll have game 1 of that, game 4 rather, as game 1 of our doubleheader on Thursday. Take notes on that. We'll have a quiz later. Coming up, the Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat. The coach and I will talk about the Bulls and that series when we come back.
In a world of sweeping changes, there is one certainty. The financial strength of the Rock. The Prudential Rock Solid.
The Sonics by a handful at the break at the Coliseum. That is game 3 of that Western Conference first rounder. They lead Golden State 65-60. Tomorrow night here on TNT, the Chicago Bulls will try to put away the Miami Heat. They have a 2-0 lead. Dick Versace will analyze that game tomorrow night, and tonight he caught up with a couple of Bulls.
Thank you, Ernie. Wish you were here. It's great, Coconut Grove. Sorry, Ernie. I'm here with Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen. Horace, I want one question for you. How many suitcases did you bring?
Well, me personally, I love to be prepared for the worst, so I packed 2. But my friend Scottie, I think he packed 1, so you can ask him about that.
Scottie, what about the Miami Heat tomorrow night? They play really well. They played you to 2 points one time down here. They got a chance?
Well, it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be more of a focus on our part, but they played us tough once before, and I think now it's the playoff. We've been here before. We're going to be more focused to try to get this next game over and get ourselves some rest.
Well, both you guys, you stepped up your defense in game 2. It really made a difference. I thought you started a little slow in game 1, especially defensively. But you got any surprises, Horace, tomorrow night?
Well, I think we're going to come out. We're going to be very aggressive in the first to the fourth quarter, so we can build at least a 15 to 20 point lead, so we can try to build on that with our aggressive defense.
Yeah, and there's no question you guys have been doing a marvelous job defensively. Now, what about the next opponent? You want New York or you want Detroit? Or is this a silly question?
Well, first we have to get the Miami Heat out the way, and then we can talk about the next round. But say if we win this ball game tonight or tomorrow, you know, we would like to really play Detroit because we had so much success against them, and we know what type of team they are, and we can't imagine not going through Detroit to get to the finals.
Now, Scottie, is this a silly question asking you who you want to play?
Well, it doesn't matter to us. First and foremost, we want to end the series at 3 games and be able to get ourselves some rest. But the most important thing to us is to basically end this series as soon as possible. It doesn't matter to us who we play. I think both teams that we face is going to be tough. It's going to be another challenge for us. We just want to end this series and look forward and make some preparation for the next series.
Great. All right, thanks, guys. Great being with you here in Miami. Back to you, Ernie.
Kind of a 90s mod squad thing Versace doing down there in Miami. I mean, it's going to be no trouble for the Bulls tomorrow night, right, Coach?
Well, we don't think so. But, you know, that interview was done at high noon. You could tell by the glasses.
Of course.
Well, that's a great strategy they have. I never thought of that. You know, get a 15-point lead and then build on that. So you can tell that there's a lot of confidence there.
I'm going out on the limb. I'm taking the Bulls in a sweep. That'll be game 1 of our doubleheader tomorrow night here on TNT. Chicago at Miami, and then Portland goes for the sweep against the LA Lakers. And then Thursday night, another doubleheader, game 4 of the Cleveland, New Jersey series, followed by game 4 of Golden State and Seattle. Doubleheader heaven on TNT.
The Prudential Halftime Report has been brought to you by the Prudential. In a changing world, one thing remains rock solid: the Prudential.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Why,
you are, Teddy. Every night can be Saturday night with this all-new home video collection packed with the funniest moments from each year of Saturday Night Live. A collection you can only get from Time Life Video.
I am Beldar.
Well, isn't that special?
Your collection starts with the 1975 season starring the original Not Ready for Primetime players at the low price of just $9.99. That's $10 off. Other videos will follow on about every 6 weeks. Buy only the ones you want, and your first video is just $9.99.
Hello.
It's time to laugh again with the Not Ready for Primetime players. So call now.
Come on, everybody.
To order your Best of Saturday Night Live video, call 1-800-634-7400 or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
Seattle SuperSonics enjoying a 5-point lead here at halftime. Jim Durham and Jack Gibbons here in Seattle. And I'll tell you what, Jack, we had some red-hot shooting in that first half.
Both teams shot the ball very well, and both teams were able to get some good shots at the basket, high percentage shots. You see Seattle, they're shooting at 70% in the first half of play. Golden State up above 50%. So it's been a good game from the field for both teams.
At the foul line, the Warriors enjoying the edge there, and up front, it's fairly even.
Yeah, Golden State, 11 of 13. Everybody has contributed. Same for Seattle. All of their frontline people have been active. You'll see Chris Mullin right here with a very unselfish play, and this pass came at a time when he was lighting it up from the outside. He sees Gatlin coming. Gatlin was able to follow up and get a couple quick points. A guy that played very well off the bench. Hardaway right here before the end of the first half. He spots up behind the three-point line. This is a shot that changes the momentum going into the locker room. Golden State needed something positive to happen. Derek McKee has been playing every position on the defensive end of the floor. He had to go out and guard Hardaway at times. Did a real good job. This time he gets to the basket. But the guy that really hurt Golden State was Dana Barros coming off the bench. He had 3 3-point baskets in the second period, off to a big game.
The big three for Golden State. And you see Mullen off to a good start. Hardaway with that three just before the buzzer, and Marciulionis also in double figures. Hardaway missing the first shot of the second half. Gary Payton, a look-away pass to McKee, who left it for Benjamin, but Mullen picked it away.
Well, why in the world did he give that up? He was right there. No one contested him at all. Should have just dumped that one through.
Mario Ellie leaves the ball for Hardaway. Now Mullen guarded by Pierce. The shot clock at 7.
Good teams take advantage of those kinds of situations. Seattle missed an easy opportunity to score on one end. Golden State comes right back and knocks down a 3.
That shot by Ellie brings the Warriors to within 3. Payton doubled up. Dribbles free of it. And nearly lost it again. Now it's Kemp.
John Kemp has to be more active. He's been the big guy in both game 1 and game 2.
Kemp with 7 points tonight.
Averaging over 17 rebounds, over 22 points a game the first 2.
In fact, he leads all players in the playoffs in the first 2 games in rebounding. McKee has lost a dribble, and he has to take a timeout. But guess what, folks? In the NBA, your 10-second count gets picked up.
20-second timeout.
And they're down to 8. They've already used 8 seconds. They've got 2 seconds to get it across the 10-second line.
Well, that's 2 plays right there that McKee has made a bad decision. That time he picked the ball up in the backcourt uncontested. Obviously should have brought the ball up the floor. And then Golden State did a good job of cutting off his teammates, not allowing them to come back and help out.
10:35 left in the third. Los Angeles Clippers continuing to lead in the sports arena against Utah. The New York Knicks up 2-1 in the series against the Pistons, and the Knicks now with a home court advantage back in that series. And New Jersey stays alive with a 5-point win at Cleveland, where they throw right to the timeline to get it across against the 10-second count. Gary Payton. And Benjamin cuts off the long rebound. McKee.
Well, Don Nelson is living on the sideline over there. He thought the violation came before Kemp got the ball in the front court.
Derek McKee is 7 for 7. Ellie is turned away.
Well, you have to give George Karl a lot of credit for deciding to start Benoit Benjamin right before this game. This is a decision that was made just minutes before the tip-off, and Benjamin responding with some real good minutes.
Inside, it's Benjamin the steal. And then a foul call against Hardaway.
Now there's Benjamin again coming up with another big defensive play.
So Benoit Benjamin is impacting this game much the way Mario Elie impacted the game in Game 2 at Oakland. Gary Payton getting inside.
Gary Payton.
And Don Nelson is taking time with 9:52 left in the third. The SuperSonics have reestablished the largest lead of the game at 9.
The 1992 NBA playoffs are brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. And by Chevy Trucks, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Presents George Strait. When you've got something precious to carry, this is one way to do it. Here's another. Chevy Lumina Euro Sedan. Engineered with four-wheel independent suspension and standard anti-lock brakes. It's one way to help make sure your precious cargo is delivered safely. Chevrolet. The cars more people depend on. And now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
Early in the third, Seattle with this 9-point lead. They're getting some better shots, I think, than they got in the first half.
Dana, excuse me, you'll see Gary Payton right here get to the basket once again. He has been there this entire game, and Hardaway has been taking the score a couple times so far here tonight.
Hardaway is having it come from the inside and the outside because he was the victim of Dana Barrow's three-point barrage in the first half. 9 on the shot clock. Owens, lead-in shot on Benjamin. Count it. And a foul on Benjamin, and that's his third.
And that is one reason right there that I think Owens is getting real serious consideration as Rookie of the Year. Watch this veteran play. Gets Benjamin up in the air with the pump fake, leans in to make sure there's contact, and just as the contact came, he let the ball go, and he got the lucky roll.
Every time you think Seattle is going to run off to a big lead, the Warriors come up with a big play.
And I think that's one reason why George Karl is showing some concern on his face over there. His team is shooting 70% so far in this ball game.
And they can't shake him.
Can't shake him.
McKee guarded by Elie. 10 on the shot clock.
Oh, a tough shot. Elie all over him that time.
Tyrone Hill. Mullen over Benjamin. And Hill, the offensive rebound. He walked, trying to go back up with it.
Hill's minutes have really gone down over the second half of the season. He had been starting, has started a lot of games for Golden State, but the minutes are shrinking as the season goes on.
Mario Elie out. Sarunas Marciulionis back in for the Warriors. Golden State could use a defensive stop this trip. They send 2 at McKee. Payton spins. Hardaway tips it away to Marciulionis, and Hardaway has the gimme.
The first time Hardaway has been able to do that, that has gotten him into trouble a couple of times trying to reach around from behind to knock it away.
A 7-point lead for the Sonics this trip.
I think Ricky Pierce needs to get involved in the offense.
Payton takes it inside instead and then lost it.
That's why I say that right there. Pierce is a guy that has been there, a very experienced player. I think he needs to get a shot.
That's 15 turnovers for Seattle. So that has counterbalanced their hot shooting. A hoop makes it a 5-point game. Mullen for 3. It's a 4-point game.
3 points.
Chris Mullen with his second 3-point field goal. And now it's George Karl burning a timeout. 7:51 left in the third, and these Golden State Warriors won't leave.
Tonight's second chance lottery winner is Harold Loftus.
It's not easy being a truck.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
But through it all, Chevy full-size has the best resale value in the business. Chevy trucks. The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last. Now it's easy to own a Chevy truck.
This week on Warner Home Theater.
The movie America loves is
Other people's money.
very funny. DeVito's hilarious.
I take from the rich and I give to the middle class. Well, the upper middle class. Would you care for some caviar?
DeVito is dynamite.
He's like something out of a comic book.
Wow, did you hear that, Carmen? It's good, clean, dirty fun. See it.
I will.
Other people's money.
Has a nice ring to it.
Rated R.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Sorry, nothing up there but sky.
It's not just a new aircraft. It's a new technology called stealth. And it will make an airplane all but invisible to radar. So if you want a career in tomorrow's technology, take a close look at the Air Force. Because sometimes the biggest opportunities are the hardest to see.
Still nothing, sir.
Aim high. Air Force.
Durham and Jack Gibbons back in the Seattle Center Coliseum. Seattle 71% from the field, but only a 4-point lead.
Only a 4-point lead, and Golden State led the NBA in forcing turnovers. Seattle with 15 so far in this game.
As we check the Chevrolet scoreboard, the Clippers still up on Utah. New Jersey stays alive with its victory at home against Cleveland. They had to come from behind in the fourth to win it. And in overtime, the Knicks by 3 at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And New York has a 2-1 edge in that series.
There have only been 31 rebounds in this game, 16 to 15.
Something.
But when you have both teams shooting the ball the way they are shooting it here tonight, you're not going to have many rebounds.
Off the lead in, Benjamin missing. He fouls it in, though.
Nice second effort.
Benoit Benjamin with 9. Billy Owens from the top against McKee. Hardaway finds Mullen. Mullen guarded by Kemp, and now Hardaway for 3.
3 points,
Hardaway with his second 3 of the game.
Boy. Under all kind of pressure.
And that 9-point lead is down to 3. Still over 7 minutes left in the third.
Now there's Rick Pierce. Yeah, that's not the shot I wanted for him, though.
The ball stays with the Sonics. 3-point field goal shooting tonight, 9 out of 14 total.
Good shooting.
McKee, what a good drop pass into Kemp, but a foul called. Dick Bavetta makes the call, and I think it's before the shot.
Yeah, on the floor, Kemp, though, with that strong body, was able to just shake everyone off and still get the shot to go.
Second team foul.
2 team fouls against Golden State, and Tyrone Hill with his second.
Excuse me, I still think Ricky Pierce needs to find a shot. He tried to create one off the dribble. There he is right there.
Benjamin got wide open underneath because it looked like he shoved Marciulionis to the floor. He'll get the basket and the foul. Puts him on the line.
Owens, his second.
I like Benjamin playing big. This is what you want from him, especially when you're playing a team that is as small as Golden State. He has to be a presence, a big presence under the basket, and he has been.
He has scored 11 points in this game, after scoring just 7 in the first 2. And so his three-point play gives the Sonics the 6-point lead. Mullen, that's a 2.
And Benjamin got a little bit on that one, forced the miss.
McKee with a rebound. Now McMillan right back on the drive. Pierce. And that rims over the top, out of bounds. So Golden State back, trailing by 6. George Karl and the SuperSonics winning the first game in Oakland to give them the home court advantage. They're trying to maintain that home court advantage here tonight. Sean Kemp picks up the foul. He has 3. 2 team fouls against the Sonics.
Hey, I really like Billy Owens and what he gives this team. In addition to scoring points, he has led this team in rebounding 3 of the last 4 ball games going back into the regular season. He has been active around the basket. He uses his quickness. He's a much smarter player than a lot of rookies in this league.
He's got 10 points in the game. Warriors have extended the defense, and now Pierce pressured by Mullen. McMillan walks. Another turnover. Hardaway gets the corner turned, runs into big people. The pass deflected, but Mullen has it. And now Marciulionis dances free.
Marciulionis.
They can score so quickly. You can never count this team out. Seattle seems like they want to knock them out. They seem like they want to deliver that knockout punch. But every time you think Golden State is down, they come back with a big play.
And cut it to 3. McKee one-on-one with Mullen. Marciulionis comes to double. A 3 try on the way. Good by Pierce.
He's got to be the go-to guy.
And 6 threes tonight for the SuperSonics, and their lead is 6. Marciulionis off the drive, smothered right at the hoop.
Oh, boy.
McMillan back the other way. Pierce again. And on the rebound foul, we get a foul call.
Well, I thought Marciulionis got mugged going to the basket that time.
Billy Owens, his 3rd. 4th team foul.
Let's see, does he get fouled or not? There's a hit. There's another hit.
There's another one.
And there's another hit. But he's not going to get that.
2 shots for Kemp.
The foul instead at the other end on Billy Owens, and that's his 3rd. Sean Kemp 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. A 20-second timeout taken. We talked about Kemp in the playoffs and what a job he has done rebounding. He's done a pretty good job scoring. 22.5 points a game through the first 2. And his field goal percentage at 52%. You know, we talked with George Karl today, Jack, and we said that I know Karl has been trying to pump up Kemp by saying the reason they're giving you so much defensive attention is because they feel that you're a major threat in this league now.
George Karl understands what he has in this guy you're looking at, Sean Kemp. He is a guy that you can build around, a very active player. He is the future of this franchise.
Tomorrow night on TNT, another doubleheader in the East. It's Miami back home trying to stay alive against the Chicago Bulls at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then the Los Angeles Lakers home trying to stay alive against the Portland Trailblazers.
Kemp also averages 2.5 blocks a game after game 1 and game 2. So he has been active everywhere.
Inside Owens. Left it short. And then draws the foul on the foul.
Well, there's Owens again, and that's what I'm talking about. He saw Kemp leaning the other way, and just a quick step back towards the basket got him freed up. Very smart player.
4 for 5 from the free throw line. But I guess at this time of year, Jack, they can't really be considered rookies anymore. They're first-year veterans, right? They've played 1 year.
For the most part, but I think until you go through your first playoff series, you're still a rookie. Right. I mean, it is a totally different ball game in the regular season.
He missed them both, and Cage with the rebound.
Yeah, he knows the players, his competition a lot better, but he doesn't know this playoff intensity.
Eddie Johnson takes it for Pierce, who got fouled by Marciulionis.
Foul is Marciulionis, his third.
That's 3 fouls on Marciulionis. And the Warriors are over the limit. With 4:48 left to go in the third.
2 shots for Pierce.
Pierce on the line for the first time in this game, but he is 10 for 13 free throwing in this series. After a regular season performance of 9-16. Mario Ellie back in for Golden State. Tyrone Hill sits down.
Don Nelson trying to shuffle those small forwards around to try to get some point production from that position. Hasn't gotten much there here tonight.
15 points for Ricky Pierce. And Seattle back to a 9-point lead. Every time they pull away by 9, Golden State comes right back.
Well, look how small Golden State is right now, though. Billy Owens at 6'8", the tallest player on the floor.
8 on the shot clock. Hardaway spins in with the left hand. It's cleared by Kemp. Kemp through traffic. Gives the ball for McMillan. Eddie Johnson. It's a 2 if it goes. And Ellie with a rebound. Mullen leaked out. Oh, Owens juggled it away. And now the Sonics back in a hurry. Ricky Pierce couldn't handle it.
That is the style Golden State wants you to play. You think that neither team is getting much accomplished in this hectic pace, but Golden State 9 times out of 10 will come out with the advantage when it's all over if Seattle continues to push it up and down the floor as they are.
Chris Gatling coming back into the lineup for the Warriors, gives them a little bit more size. And on the rollout, the pass to Gatling picked off by Pierce. Hit on the Hardaway. Gatling smacked it off the glass. And then Marciulionis blocked the shot by McMillan and a jump ball call. It's heating up here in Seattle.
It is getting hot. Well, what about Gatling, though, on that block? What an effort. He comes up from behind, following up the play. Good block right here. And then Marciulionis takes the beating on the other end time and time again. And then he comes right back, dishes out a little bit himself, and gets the break.
So the jump ball between McMillan and Marciulionis.
Would you say that this crowd is not happy with the officiating right now?
Right now, they're a little upset. McMillan controls the tip. Here's Hardaway pushing to the hoop. He felt the contact and threw it up on the glass. The foul is on McMillan. Hardaway to shoot 2.
Foul, Nate McMillan, his second.
As I say, this is Golden State's game. This is the way they want to play. You look up at the scoreboard, though, the Sonics still with a 9-point lead. Golden State is going to have to be more effective in the open floor.
Hardaway missed his only free throw opportunity in the first half. That one brings the Warriors to within 8. A technical foul has been called on George Karl.
Technical foul of Coach Karl.
By Steve Javy.
Mullen shoots the team.
3:41 left. And Chris Mullen to the line to shoot the technical. And now it's a 7-point lead for Seattle.
You'll see George Karl over there, and he has been working the officials. He has been up and very active.
He worked Steve Javie overtime.
Just a little too much there.
Hardaway can bring the Warriors to within 6. And it's 85-79.
I look for a real quick whistle here. If there's any contact at all, I look for a real quick one.
And it'll be on Golden State.
Yes.
8 on the shot clock. McKee off the drive. Lost it at the hoop. Still managed to pick it up and score, though. I think the players were expecting a whistle.
I think so. I know these officials feel this game might be getting a little bit out of control. A lot of money exchanged hands the last time out for these two teams.
Super Mario Ellie with that 3, and it's a 5-point lead for the Sonics.
Made one of those in game 2.
Ricky Pierce around the pick by Cage, now off the drive. 17 points for Pierce. Mullen leaves it for Gatling. Now Mullen from the outside.
They are pushing the ball right back at Seattle.
Chris Mullen with 21. A sweet shot that was. 89-84. Pierce against Ellie. A pitch out to McKee. His shot over Gatling. Rimming no. And Cage comes down with a rebound for the Sonics. Eddie Johnson inside. Cage didn't see it. Pierce does. And he'll shoot too, as he was fouled by Mario Ellie. 4 fouls on Ellie.
Fortunate break that time for Seattle. Pierce went up. Saw Cage break into the basket. Cage, though, trying to get position for the offensive rebound.
2 shots for Pierce.
89-84. Seattle by 5 with Pierce on the line. Pierce 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Both attempts here in the third. They have been dialing 8, shooting from long range, long distance, if you will.
Boy, game 1, Seattle 0 for 6. Tonight, 6 of 8.
Great shooting all around, and Pierce doesn't get the bounce. Mullen couldn't come away with a rebound. Cage ends up with it. Off the drive and a scoop, we get a foul. Now let's go to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
Thank you, J.D. Time for bonus coverage. They are going nuts at the L.A. Sports Arena. The Clippers with a double-digit lead over the Utah Jazz as they fight for survival in the first round of the playoffs in the Western Conference. Let's turn it over to Rod Hundley and Ron Boone at the L.A. Sports Arena.
Jazz ball. Corbin will inbound to Stockton. Stockton on the angle left. Stockton looking inside for Kyle Campani. Will go to Jeff. Free throw line. 15-footer on the way. No good. Rebound. Old and Paladis. Over to Doc Rivers. On down the left side of Ron Harper. Harper holding. Now to Manning. And a foul called on Tyrone Corbin. Corbin second. Jazz first.
The battle in there just for position there. Now Tyrone has to really battle him, and boy, just a little nudge there, and just the happy whistle.
Here's Harper, drive the base, and he's fouled again. Mark Eaton picks this one up. Eaton gets his fourth. Jazz second team foul. Second team foul. The Clippers will inbound front court left.
From all indications, there will be a lot of fouls here in the last 9 minutes.
Ball inbounded to Danny Manning. Jazz doubling. Manning dribbles out of traffic. He'll lob it up top to Apollonese to left corner to Rivers. Doc goes left to right. Force it up. Good if it goes. Won't go. He's fouled. And a foul to Tyrone Corbin. His third. Third team foul on a Jazz.
Guess you can call that not yet in the bonus coverage. Clippers 75-61. They lead Utah in their first round series. Now let's go back to Seattle for the Sonics and the Warriors. J.D. and the Goose.
All right, Ernie, it's a 7-point lead for the Sonics as we are approaching the last minute of the third. McKee off the turnaround.
Benson Askew just checked into the game, and he is trying to guard McKee on the low post, giving up about 4 inches, and McKee takes it right to him very quickly.
He's 10 out of 11 from the field. Oh, and good feed inside to Ellie.
That's the problem when Golden State runs those new players in. Seattle has been slow to adjust to the defensive assignments.
Eddie Johnson felt the bump and is going to get hit with an offensive foul call here.
Offensive foul, Eddie Johnson, second personal.
What do you think?
Well, I thought Vincent Askew did a real good job of establishing himself under the basket. Eddie Johnson wanted to contact that time, but he did jump in. Good call.
Let's see if Seattle tries for the quick, or Golden State tries for the quick one. They do. They'll get it again. On 24-second possession, Marshall is the basket and the foul on Eddie Johnson. And guess what? The Warriors are coming right back. A free throw would make it a 4-point game.
They've been doing that the entire ball game. Tyrone Hill came off the bench, and he didn't go to the scores table. He walked right out on the floor and wanted to get Mullen out of there. Watch, you'll see Marciulionis go. There's Eddie Johnson with the slap across the arm. Eddie thought he got all ball. You see his reaction.
Marciulionis with 15, and it's 93-89. Seattle the lead in the ball with a differential of about 9 seconds. 14 to shoot right now.
Mullen will get about 2 minutes. He'll get this timeout break, and he'll be back with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth period.
Dana Barros getting inside, finding McMillan from the outside. And it's spanked in by Eddie Johnson.
3 times tonight he's done that.
Marciulionis double team. Difficult pass. Hill controls it, though, and then takes it to the hoop.
Hill.
3.3. Eddie Johnson inside the cage. And the third quarter comes to an end. An action-packed, quick-paced game, and Seattle leads it by 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sonics dance team.
How do you get comfortable?
I wear Comfort Tech shoes by Flourishine. I'll tell you, they're the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. Try a pair for 30 days. If you don't agree, you'll get your money back. Get Comfort Tech by Flourishine and get comfortable.
Summer. Something about summer makes fall a little jealous. Boats and barbecues, lawnmowers, lemonade. But hey, don't blame fall for being jealous. Summer is a very tough act to follow. And nobody does summer like Dockers shorts.
Maybe your first car shouldn't be a car.
I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare.
Get this Chevy S10 EL pickup with cash back for around $8,000. Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Like a rock, oh, like a rock.
Kids laugh when I just talk. I hate words. I want to be a writer.
Growing things and making your place look great is supposed to be fun. Your helpful hardware folks at Ace are almost right next door. Always ready to help with great values on just what you need. So do it once and do it right. Another reason Ace is a place for you.
By the looks of the scoreboard, you can tell this isn't the Knicks and the Pistons.
Unless this is about the fourth overtime period, it might be. I'll tell you one way, though, that this game is similar to Detroit and New York, and that is it's been a very physical ball game, especially on the inside. Both teams playing very aggressively, attacking each other.
Looks like the Clippers are going to stay alive They're up big against the Utah Jazz. 8 on the shot clock. McKee doubled. Had it chopped away. Shot clock at 3, and a jump ball is called.
Well, you think that possession is not a big one? A lot of bodies on the floor after that loose ball.
Don Nelson's club, we told you earlier, a very good road club during the regular season. 24-17, the second best mark in the NBA, and one of their road victories came here in Seattle. Eddie Johnson off the tip.
I'm surprised Eddie Johnson hesitated as much as he did on that shot opportunity.
He got 12. Marciulionis to Askew, and now it's Owens, and he's fouled. Billy Owens shoots 2.
I look at the Golden State players, and you can tell by the look in their face they're looking for Chris Mullen spotting up on the outside on that last possession, or Hardaway. Neither guy in there, both on the bench, although Mullen is up and will come back in the game sooner than I thought.
2 shots for Owens.
Sean Kemp into the game. That foul was on Benjamin. And now Mullen returning. Tyrone Hill going out for Golden State. Billy Owens really doing a good job for this club. Kemp the rebound. Nate McMillan pressured by Marciulionis.
I'm really surprised you haven't seen Golden State try to take advantage of some of the size on the inside. But Sean Kemp being guarded by Vincent Askew, although they do get the offensive rebound in the basket.
The basket by Eddie Johnson. 14 points for him. Owens guarded by Kemp out on the floor. He wants him. He's got it.
Yes. That's the problem right there. You talk about size and you talk about quickness. And in that situation, the quickness won out.
Here's Eddie Johnson drawing the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Foul Ellie is 5th.
Mario Ellie with his 5th.
Foul of the quarter.
You'll see the quickness of Billy Owens right here. He has Sean Kemp. Gets to the paint. Kemp has to back off. He himself in just a little foul trouble.
Eddie Johnson has not missed a free throw yet in the playoffs. Hello. He's now 6 for 7. Tim Hardaway back. Mario Ellie with 5 fouls is out. Askew also out, and Gatling back in for the Warriors. Eddie Johnson with 15, and with 6.5 left, it looks like the Clips are going to do it. Come up with a win at home and cut that deficit to 2-1. The winner of that series, of course, will play the winner of this series. Underneath Gatling, and a foul called. He'll shoot 2.
I really like the minutes Gatling has given this team tonight. He has been alert. He has been active around the boards on both ends of the floor. He's come up with 2 or 3 big blocks in this game also.
He scored 12 points in the first half. He's yet to score in the second half. Don't forget, stay tuned for Inside the NBA with Fred Hickman and Mike Glenn. They will have scores and highlights from tonight's action inside the NBA coming up after the ball game. Chris Gatling, with his first point of the second half, he now has a new playoff high with 13 points in the game. Owens guarding McKee. McKee slipped it.
Billy Owens wanted the hook as McKee made the drop step. I think, though, that is one of those big-time plays that the rookie will have to get used to on this level. I'm talking about in playoff play.
Hardaway against McMillan. Mullen to Gatling. And again, they get action going to the hoop.
And it's nicer going to the rookie. Tough situation.
Here's Sean Kemp with a strong move in the lane.
Well, that's what I thought you'd see Seattle go to earlier. Kemp was guarded for a while by Vincent Askew, and they didn't go to him at all.
Chris Mullen guarded by McKee. Now Marciulionis from the outside. Seattle back with a 7-point lead and a foul on Marciulionis.
Marciulionis is fourth.
Now watch Kemp right here. As I mentioned, this is one of the few times in this whole ball game Seattle has used him on the low post.
Ricky Beers returns, replacing Michael Cage.
Two team fouls against the Warriors. The Sonics also with 2. On that foul against Marciulionis, his 4th. 9 minutes remaining. A rollout and a pitch to Kemp. Missed the scoop, drew the foul.
We're talking about their leading scorer in the playoffs here, Sean Kemp. 22-plus points a game, 17-plus rebounds a game. A little give and go right here will work. Not handled well by Golden State.
That's the 3rd team foul.
You know, even though Kemp gets to the free throw line right here, draws the foul, that shot right here is what George Karl is trying to get out of his system. George Karl wants him to give up all the fancy stuff, all the stuff that the crowd is going to love. The fact is, he doesn't get the basket to go, misses a chance there for a three-point opportunity.
His 2 free throws put the Sonics in front by 9. This equals the largest. If it holds to form, the Warriors will be back to within 3 momentarily.
Well, they've answered the call, haven't they?
The foul called. It's on Hill setting the screen.
Offensive foul, Hill, 3rd personal.
3 fouls on Tyrone Hill. It's an 11-point lead as the Jazz are coming back in the 4th. Hardaway, a big defensive play. And Hardaway is fouled going to the basket. He'll shoot 2.
Foul, Nick McMillan.
McMillan on the personal.
Hardaway in the open floor, one of the best. Makes good decisions. I thought, though, he was going to pass this one off, although he was well in the paint area, and the officials would give him 2 free throws.
2 for 3 from the line tonight. 17 points in the contest. Still a long way to go. 8:28 left in the 4th. The lead is 7 for Seattle. Hill backs away from Kemp. Marciulionis comes to double.
They've been going to Sean.
McKee missing on the tip. The ball belongs to Golden State.
You just knew that field goal percentage was going to come down, and as the field goal percentage for shooting from the outside stops to go, look for Seattle to continue to try to use the inside beam.
Tyrone Hill on the dunk. And George Karl wants a timeout. 7:54 left to go in the 4th. Golden State again on the comeback. They're within 5.
He hustles cars.
I don't need marked cars to beat you, pal.
She hustles men.
Same thing you like?
And both play to win. Steve McQueen and Ann Margaret in the Cincinnati Kid. After the NBA on TNT.
Now for a little lesson in style. Very nice. Very easy. Very cool. Drinking alcohol at your prom and graduation parties, very stupid. High school students with real style know how to leave alcohol out.
Some things were meant to fade. And some things weren't. Like Dutch Boy's satin finish house paint. Nothing resists cracking, peeling, and fading better. Nothing. So for exceptional durability, look to Dutch Boy. Because while some things were meant to fade, only Dutch Boy gives you the look that lasts.
Our Dutch Boy in the paint summary reflects some great shooting up front.
Well, is that a lack of defense, or have we seen that many tremendous plays by the inside people? I think some of both. I think we've seen guys like Sean Kemp and company take the ball to the basket. It's been fun to watch.
NBA Commissioner David Stern here looking on, along with his sellout crowd of just under 14,300 in the Seattle Center Coliseum. McMillan pressured by Marciulionis. Shot clock at 10. McKee out front, guarded by Gatling. Here's Peart on the drive. Now McMillan through three. Man,
big basket right there. You wanted to give up the two, but you didn't want him to get the three.
The second three of the night for McMillan. The lead is 8. Hardaway has to come back for the loose ball. His three try. Rimming, no, and on the rebound, it's McMillan digging it away from Tyrone Hill. Alley-oop for Kemp. Missed the dunk, but a foul call, and Kemp on the line. Boy, that was almost something special in the air right there.
He just went up over everyone, came down with that. Watch McMillan with the look down the floor. I thought this was going to go way out of bounds, but Kemp just shows up over Hardaway and almost makes the spectacular play.
Kemp missing the first of two. Kemp, who was averaging 17.5 rebounds in the first two games of this series. George Karl told Jack and me today that 10 is a given. The question is, will he get 20 each game?
One thing that has kept that total down tonight, though, is both teams shooting the ball very well.
Right.
Not a whole lot of misses.
Utah continuing to come back. There's Kemp making the block and clear.
That's why you have to love him.
And Owens a re-steal. The Warriors right back with 6:45 left. Hardaway lost it in the lane. Dives on the floor to try and keep it alive in a jump ball. Dick Bavetta moving in. Hardaway kicked to get free out of that pileup.
Hardaway tried to get control of it and call timeout. He was rolling around down on the floor, never did really have possession of the ball, so the officials couldn't give it to him.
.641 left. 110-101 Seattle.
Don't be surprised if Hardaway wins this tip. If Pierce gets the tip, look for Golden State to try to steal this tap.
They'll do it again. That's us. As the ball went up, Mullen backed away from the circle. Jones is at the scorer's table.
They ran just a little bit off.
Getting the clock corrected. 6:41. It's McKee controlling. Eddie Johnson draws the foul on Hardaway.
Well, Hardaway right here needs to maintain himself. He's just a little bit frustrated because he didn't get the call on his three-point shot before he thought he got hit on the arm.
Two shots for Johnson.
Eddie Johnson, an outstanding free thrower, rattles in that first one. 16 points for Eddie Johnson. And now the Sonics have their biggest lead at 11. 6:30 remaining.
Look for Hardaway to try to get to the paint here. Try to break down McMillan with the penetration. McKee stepped over and forced him to give it up.
Marciulionis gets pinched out but finds Gatling. Score the goal and a foul on Kemp.
Basket is good.
What a
Foul,
look.
Kemp.
What a
is
look
living.
that was. Marciulionis with the pass, and you see the double team. That leaves
One
Gatlin
shot for
open.
Gatlin.
Kemp slow getting over there. Got him across the arm. Good hang time by Gatlin.
Sean Kemp with his 5th foul. And Kemp with the rebound. Sonics the ball up 9. Eddie Johnson unloads. He's the guy they're looking for here in the 4th. 9 of his 19 in the 4th quarter.
He's working hard using the screens.
Hardaway for 3. Book it.
Big shot. Now that's Hardaway right there, gathering himself, getting back under control, letting the frustration just go out of the way, not be a factor. He makes a big shot.
8-point game now. Hardaway with his 3rd 3. Kemp got underneath. And then had it blocked, but a foul called. No traveling is the call.
I thought they were going to give goaltending on that one. I thought I saw a hand come up and knock the shot away. It did not touch anything, and Kemp could not come down with the shot.
Mario Ellie back in for Golden State. Gatling is out. Don Nelson going to that even smaller group.
Now you'll see it doesn't touch anything here. Now I thought Gatlin touched it right there. He did not, in fact. So Kemp.
It's a travel. Marciulionis is fouled going to the basket. And another technical foul.
Now that's not on George Carl. It was on one of the assistants.
Technical foul, Coach Kloppenberg.
It's on Bob Kloppenberg. And Chris Mullen on the line to shoot the technical. Still with a few words.
Bob stepped in front of George Carl earlier when George got the technical foul. He is very boisterous over on the bench. Steve Javy couldn't take any more.
Marciulionis has the first of 2. 16 points for him. .25 left. It is a 5-point game.
Boy, you just cannot shake these guys. When you have the offensive firepower that they have, though, you know it's going to be this kind of game.
Tops of the NBA in offense during the regular season. Fans wanted a foul called, and now Mullen over to strip the ball from Johnson ahead to Marciulionis. And McMillan the foul, and Marciulionis shoots 2.
Foul, Nate McMillan, his 4th.
4 fouls on Nate McMillan.
Well, you'll watch the double team. Golden State with the quick hands. Chris Mullen got a hand on it and leads to the break.
5:05 for the 4th. The timeout with Seattle up 5.
Ask anyone who's driven a Ford lately. Ask them about quality. One of the reasons 5 of the 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America are Fords. The F-Series pickup, Taurus, Explorer, Escort, and Ranger. 5 out of 10 of the country's best sellers. It's quality that breeds success. Have you driven a Ford lately? It's more than just a question. It's an answer.
Hey, there goes old Lenny off for another bag of chips.
What else is new?
Maybe we'll get barbecue this time.
No, I mean, what else is new? The algae is ancient, the glass is cloudy, and the view...
Hey, people in glass houses.
Dive into Warner Premium Channels and receive installation for only $4.95.
Wow, what do we watch first?
There's a bowl game on it, too.
And then there's Splash.
Oh, and the little...
Plus, receive your first month of 2 premium channels for the price of 1. Test new waters today. Call 481-5320.
Then there's Jaws, Flipper, Moby Dick.
Being a parent isn't easy. Cable wants you to know you don't have to deal with it all by yourself. Lifetime has some great shows every day to get you better acquainted with your children.
So what do you do? How do you get started?
You can start by watching Your Baby and Child with Penelope Leach. Then stick around for more answers on what every baby knows. And then Lisa Gibbons is your host for more adventures in parenting on Growing Up Together. Lifetime exclusives only on cable.
Warner Cable. Great performances every day.
Tomorrow's doubleheader on TNT. The Bulls try to close out the Heat. Portland will try and close out the Lakers. There's some injury problems around the league. AC Green with a hip pointer and Rod Strickland out with a broken finger for the Spurs, who need a win to stay alive against Phoenix. And the Los Angeles Clippers stayed alive in the West tonight with a 10-point win against Utah. And here in Seattle, it's the Warriors back to within 5 after Seattle had led by 11.
Just when you think Golden State is out of it, they make the big plays, starting on the defensive end of the floor. You see the foul trouble right here. Sean Kemp with 5 personals. The main guy that we have to worry about right now, because Seattle now starting to go to him more on the offensive end of the floor.
The Warriors with 8 straight points. They've cut it to 3. McMillan guarded by Marciulionis. Dribbles out of a possible double team and is blocked, but a foul called on Ellie. Mario Ellie is fouled out.
Marciulionis kept waving for the double team. He wanted the double team to come. The fact is, though, he gave up the baseline to allow McMillan to the basket.
Don Nelson's coming back with Gatling to replace Ellie.
Gatling replaces Ellie, who was disqualified on 6 personal fouls.
I don't think that's a bad move right there. Gatling has played very well.
2 shots for Nate
As
McMillan.
has Nate McMillan, who's played a lot of minutes tonight. Payton got into early foul trouble. And McMillan came on, and he's played some heavy minutes.
And I thought that was going to be important. McMillan needs to spend a lot of time on the floor. He's getting those minutes here tonight.
The 2 free throws put the Sonics in front by 5.
The thing that McMillan has done here tonight, he's avoided foul trouble. Both game 1 and game 2, he was in foul trouble, fouled out of one of those 2 games.
Marciulionis off the drive against Pierce. 6 on the shot clock and a foul called. Again, it's Marciulionis attacking the basket. And a reach-in foul.
Ricky Pierce reaching in from behind. Marciulionis goes the same direction every time, but he gives you that little fake towards the middle. You have to respect his ability to go that way, and he gets to the baseline.
George Karl coming back with Benoit Benjamin, replacing Eddie Johnson. Marciulionis with 20. 10 for 10, make it 11 straight from the foul line. Again, the Seattle lead has been cut to 3.
Well, this big lineup for Seattle has been effective. The thing is now, for Golden State, you know they're going to go to it. It's no sense having them on the floor if you don't use them.
McKee looking inside. They go to Benjamin. It's tipped away by Owens to Hardaway. Marciulionis makes it a 1-point game.
They wanted Benjamin to have the ball. Kelly Owens, though, with a big defensive play.
The Coliseum crowd coming to life. Pierce off the drive. Good pass to Kemp. And a foul call.
Another jump ball.
Oh, it is a jump ball. You're right. Owens.
You'll watch Kemp right here. He gets down, brings it down towards the floor. That enables some of the smaller players to get a hand on it. He had a little trouble that time coming up with the possession.
It was Gatling who tied him up. And the Warriors have a chance at the lead. Can you believe this? Hardaway on the drive gives it to him.
Hardaway.
Man, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Golden State has come from 11 down here in the fourth to take the lead in a timeout. Sonics. 3:40 remaining. Warriors by 1.
Gillette presents Sensor, the system, the technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor, twin blades set on springs to read your face and respond. Independent suspension to sense and adjust to every curve of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get.
When redesigning the Ford Taurus wagon, we gave it the kind of shape that holds your attention. Available anti-lock brakes that hold on slick roads. And a newly restyled instrument panel that holds more than convenient controls. Available dual airbags, a Ford Motor Company exclusive in this class. Because we know Ford Taurus wagon will also be holding you.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Some things were meant to fade, and some things weren't. Like Dutch Boy Satin Finish House Paint. Nothing resists cracking, peeling, and fading better. Nothing. Dutch Boy, for the look that lasts.
In making an artistic statement, one's personal aroma shouldn't do the talking. So I use Right Guard Sports Stick with maximum protection. A true artiste should be known for inspiration, not perspiration. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Inside the NBA next on TNT after NBA playoff action tonight. A lot of highlights to look at. Highlights like this.
Fred Hickman and Mike Glenn will be busy tonight. Enough in this game to keep them busy. You'll see Marciulionis get out on the break. Well, and it's happening on the defensive end of the floor for Golden State. And Hardaway with the quick step, the penetration. There's no way Kemp can handle him that far away from the basket.
2 driving layups, putting the Warriors in front by 1. Pressured by Mullen. Pierce able to give the Sonics the 1-point lead.
It's going to be Pierce down the stretch. You'll see them run screens for him.
Again, it's a guard attacking off the dribble, Jack.
The thing that has happened in this game is that Golden State is forcing Seattle to play their game. The small, quicker lineup is winning out. Seattle has gone to the big people. Benoit Benjamin is in there right now. Of course, Sean Kemp is on the floor. Those 2 guys, 7-footers. Derek McKee at 6'10", and they've not been able to match up with the quickness, the smaller lineup of Golden State.
And Marciulionis has not missed a free throw tonight. 12 straight.
Hill returns.
Gatling is out. Tyrone Hill is in.
Well, I thought it was going to be real important for Seattle to keep at least 1 and possibly 2 of these guys from having big games. You see all 3 of them go in the 20s, so they're on schedule to get all those points that they normally get.
And their team a 1-point lead. Marciulionis guarding McMillan. Kemp against Tyrone Hill. Mullen nearly knocked it away, and it's McKee answering with the basket.
Nothing easy coming, though, for Seattle right now. And now another big defensive trip for Seattle.
Marciulionis. Mullen for 3. The long rebound cut off by Owens. It's kicked out literally to Hardaway, and he drains another 3. His 4th.
Can you believe the shots, though? 2 straight 3-point shot attempts at a time when a 2-point basket keeps you right there.
Kemp is blocked at the basket, but a foul call.
Tyrone Hill with the call. Kemp has been trying to be effective on the low post. give those smaller Golden State players a lot of credit.
Timeout taken by Golden State, so their full timeouts now are at 3. The Sonics have 1 left. Don't go away. 2:16 remaining.
To Jam City, and I'm the mayor.
Yo, fellas, how about a game of hoops? Hey, what? With you? No, with your mama. Mom?
This guy was good, but he was all dribble.
Say what? Come on, man.
Man, he deserved one of these.
Franchise, want a cold bud? Solid.
With service to more cities across the Atlantic than any other U.S. airline, Delta now makes it easier than ever for the people of America to get to know the people of Europe.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
Via.
Guten Tag. Grüezi.
Delta. We love to fly and it shows.
Здравствуйте.
Here in the Seattle Center Coliseum, Jim Durham with Jack Gibbons. This one going to the wire. The Sonics had opened up an 11-point lead earlier in this fourth quarter. But Golden State, as they have done time and time again tonight, the Warriors keep coming back, and now they lead it by 2. And 14 3-point field goals in this game, Jack.
Well, that is unbelievable, and especially when you consider the fact that Golden State has taken a couple here lately at times when a 2-point basket keeps them right in the ball game. They have a lot of guts. They have the ability to make those shots. They do not hesitate to put them up.
Sean Kemp on the line. He is 5 for 8 tonight. 14 points for Kemp. Kemp nails them both to tie the game. Now it's the Sonics looking for a defensive stop. And Hardaway, after the hesitation move, got blocked at the basket.
Now that's the point about having that big lineup in there.
Boy, McKee got it across with about 1 second left in the 10-second count. Shot clock now at 9. Good look inside to McKee. Knocked out of bounds by Golden State. Seattle comes in with 3 on the shot clock.
Well, quick hands by Golden State. They have gotten hands on a lot of shot attempts. McKee, though, upset. And you're looking at a guy right there that has quietly played a very effective ball game on both ends of the floor.
McKee under pressure. Rebound. Owens, a throw ahead to Mullen on a run out.
Mullen.
Chris Mullen giving the Warriors the 2-point lead.
Well, normally you don't see guys run out when you're a small ball club. Teams with big people do that.
Pierce missing for 3. McKee over Hardaway. 1:20 remaining. Benjamin missing on the hook. Here's the follow by Kemp. Blocked, but a foul call. There's some banging going on inside.
And
now Benjamin and Hill are having a go at it.
Both guys, I think, are going to be tossed. And that is so unfortunate. Benjamin playing very well here in this game. Tyrone Hill and Benoit Benjamin got tied up. And I was watching Lee Jones, and I think he pointed to the locker room for both guys. We'll see. I never did see a punch thrown, though. Well, they just give each other the eye, and there they are. See, no punches thrown. No punches thrown. So double technical. Good decision.
Minute 15 remaining. 124-122 Golden State. Sean Kemp on the line. He is 7 of 10 free throwing tonight. 15 points scored. 7 of them here in the fourth. Now he shoots for the tie. Don Nelson taking a timeout. Minute 15 left. It's a 1-point game.
It's like the best.
It goes to Moses. Shoot it, Moses, from midcourt.
It's like that sports car, that Ferrari.
Jackson behind the back for Ewing. Spectacular.
The best cheesecake you ever had.
3-on-1. Oh, a double behind.
I love this game.
Ford trucks, the best never rest.
People used to go out on Saturday night and leave their truck at home. Times have changed. Our 92 full-size pickup is still built Ford tough, but we designed it to be more stylish outside, more comfortable inside. Now, if anything gets left at home, it'll probably be their car.
More people are driving the best-built, best-selling American trucks than ever before.
The doubleheader on TNT tomorrow night. In the East, Chicago and Miami at 8 o'clock Eastern. And in the West, Los Angeles Lakers and Portland. Tonight in the playoffs, the Los Angeles Clippers stay alive with a 10-point win against Utah. New Jersey likewise remains alive with a come-from-behind 5-point win at home against Cleveland. And New York wins on the road at Detroit in overtime to lead that series 2-1. Here in Seattle, it's been a closely contested game throughout. A 1-point Golden State lead as of the moment. The Warriors with 2 full timeouts and the Sonics with 1. And 1:15 left.
This has been just the kind of game we thought it was going to be.
Kemp ties the contest. Hardaway at the controls around the Gatling screen. A pitch out to Mullen for 3. And the rebound to Seattle. This is Gary Payton. Payton a lob to Kemp for the jam.
But, and you can just throw it up there. You don't have to even make a real good pass. You just let it go because you know this guy is going to make a bad pass good.
And Gary Payton hasn't played many minutes tonight. You know, oftentimes, Jack, when a player comes into the game cold, he doesn't shoot very well. But in this instance, he had to make a big pass. There was also a foul on that play.
He drew the foul. Watch again. Well, watch Payton. He just puts it up there.
The Seattle Coliseum is bedlam.
Boy, it is so nice when you have a 7-footer that can run the floor like this guy. Look at Shawn Kemp leading the fast break. Catches the pass way away from the basket. Watch it again. You'll see it better here.
And Payton delivered the pass perfectly.
It's up there. I mean, like I say, you don't have to deliver it any better than that because he's going to correct a lot of them with his athleticism, his jumping ability, and the fact that he runs the floor so well. You just lay it up there and let him go get it.
This series has a long way to go, I feel, Jack, but boy, what a series it's been to this point.
You can't ask for any better.
One timeout apiece. Shawn Kemp. With a big fourth quarter.
Well, he got his 10 rebounds. George Karl said you could bank on it.
He has scored 11 of his 19 points in the fourth. Seattle by 3. Less than a minute. Is fouled.
And Hardaway hit a 3 that won't count. It will not, but the penetration was there. The spot up behind the three-point line, Hardaway was there. Look for that play to be run again. That's not the last time we're going to see it.
2 shots for Marciulionis.
Marciulionis with 25 points tonight, and that betters by 2 his 23 points in game 1. A lot of free throws. And Marciulionis tonight 14 for 14 from the foul line. Payton goes out of the game. Ricky Pierce is back for Seattle. And Gatling leaves as Tyrone Hill returns for Golden State.
Tyrone Hill a little bit stronger. Will match up just a little better against Sean Kemp on the low post.
McKee under pressure in the backcourt. And now McMillan finds McKee. 12 on the shot clock. McMillan with a lob into Benjamin. 4 to shoot. Benjamin running out of time. Pierce gets it away, but not in time. A 24-second violation with 23.5 left.
Well, that is just not supposed to happen.
Jack, they can freeze it out. They can play it for 1. There's less than 24 seconds up there.
You must realize something. We're talking about Golden State. I would not be surprised at all to see a three-point shot let go up towards the rim. This is a team that will not hold it. They will take whatever Seattle gives them.
I stand corrected. They have put more time up, and it's now 24.6. So even if they use it all, Seattle will have .6.
Ask anyone who's driven a Ford lately. Ask them about quality. One of the reasons 5 of the 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America are Fords. The F-Series pickup, Taurus, Explorer, Escort, and Ranger. 5 out of 10 of the country's best sellers. It's quality that breeds success. Have you driven a Ford lately? It's more than just a question. It's an answer.
In a world of constant change, there is one certainty: the financial strength of the rock, the Prudential Rock Solid.
Normally at this time we would say this game should go down to the final second, but the way tonight has gone, it may go down to the final fraction of a second.
Well, I think what you'll see in this situation is Tim Hardaway handle the basketball. Golden State will spread the floor, give him an opportunity to work one-on-one. But if Hardaway should give it up early to Marciulionis, look for Marciulionis to penetrate and to kick back out to Hardaway behind the three-point line. They have run that 2 or 3 times here in this fourth period. I wouldn't be surprised to see it right now.
Let's see where Don Nelson elects to take the ball. He has the option.
They're going to take in the backcourt. I don't blame them. They have plenty of time. That'll give them some time to use up a few seconds bringing it up the floor.
Well, a lot of turnovers tonight for Seattle. 24. Remember, there's .6 difference. There's Marciulionis off the drive. Gatling. Quick move inside by Owens. What a scoop with 7.5 seconds left, and Seattle takes time.
Timeout, Sonics.
Well, I saw that play developing. Hardaway gave it up to Marciulionis for the penetration. He stood behind the line, but Seattle took that away from him. Good look to find Billy Owens.
How about a rookie delivering like that in this important game?
We've mentioned it time and time again, how he has stepped up and played big. You'll see the penetration now. Anytime Hardaway gives it up, he spots up behind the three-point line. Marciulionis will look at him, but Seattle took it away from him. That's two rookies there. The passer is a rookie.
You're right.
And then the scorer is a rookie.
128-127. Earlier in the fourth quarter, the SuperSonics were in front by 11. And the Coliseum crowd was bedlam. And then Golden State, as they have done so often tonight, came roaring back to take the lead. They've been up by 2 on a number of occasions, and right now they have a 1-point lead.
Looking over there at Seattle's bench, so many weapons, so many places they can go. I, though, would try to get Sean Kemp to establish position on the low post, or I don't know that I would use Benjamin because of the free throw shooting factor, but I would try to establish something with Sean Kemp down low. If he doesn't score, he could get fouled and go to the free throw line.
The Sonics are now out of timeouts as well. And they will take it at the timeline. We know that oftentimes in the playoffs we have viewers who maybe aren't as familiar with the NBA game. A team has the choice of taking the ball at the end line or the timeline. In the NBA, you can advance inside of 2 minutes.
Look for Chris Mullin to step up out of bounds to try to force the delay of game, just to see where Seattle will try to run the play. He steps up, they'll give him a delay of game, and it looked like they were going to try to set up something for Eddie Johnson along the baseline. I saw a screen going that way.
Mullin backs away to front Pierce. And they get the pass cross court and a foul on a drive to the hoop.
Sean Kemp is the guy they went to. He did draw the foul. He has made his free throws here in this game tonight. 10 of 13.
And he's got a string of 6 in a row working.
2 shots for Kemp.
And remember, no timeouts, so Golden State will come in. They've got to move at the length of the floor, but they've got time to do that. 6.1.
The ball in Tim Hardaway's hand. That's plenty of time to get it down and get a good shot.
It's tied at 128. Gary Payton and Benoit Benjamin back in for Seattle. Marciulionis and Gatling return to the court for Golden State.
Well, I'm real surprised they don't have Benjamin up there around the basket just in case there's a miss. But there's not. All bottom.
Seattle by 1. Off the drive, it is Hardaway. Running out of clock. Mullin passes to Marciulionis, who gets it away short. Sonics lead it 2 games to 1. It's all smiles in the Seattle Center Coliseum as the SuperSonics keep the home court edge and now can deliver the knockout here on Thursday.
And the biggest surprise about this play to me is both big guns for Golden State give the ball up. Watch Hardaway. He's going to penetrate here, has a chance for the shot. He gives it up. Mullin with a chance for the shot, gives it up. And then Marciulionis just simply does not have time to get it off. I'm surprised that happened.
The SuperSonics have the edge 2 games to 1. A thrilling ball game here tonight as Seattle hangs on 129-128. Let's go to Ernie Johnson.
Thank you, J.D. Nice job out there. Bobby Weiss, what a doubleheader. We had a 3-point game in the opener in overtime, a 1-point game here. Surprised at all? Seattle up 2-1?
No, I'm thinking that's going to go 5, the Golden State-Seattle series, and great basketball. Is it this much fun every night here?
It's always a barrel of monkeys around here, as you've been able to decipher, I'm sure. You know something, folks? That's a 129-128 game. Utah and the Clippers played tonight, and it was 16 years ago tonight that the Clippers won their last playoff game. They were the Buffalo Braves back then, 124-122 over the Boston Celtics, and this man was on that Buffalo Braves team.
You asked me about the game. I can't remember what I had for dinner tonight. You're going to ask me about that basketball game?
Well, it was a forgettable dinner anyway, but yeah, it was 16 years ago tonight.
To the day.
Just an amazing night here. 98-88 was the final as we hit the board. The Clippers, the winners over Utah. Wipe the tear from your eye, Bob. It is an emotional night for you on the 16-year anniversary. New York in overtime in game one of our doubleheader, 90-87 in overtime. And the Cleveland Cavaliers and New Jersey Nets, 109-104. Jersey stays alive, winning that one by 5, as Chris Morris had 28 points. Let's take a look at the grid in the Eastern Conference. So the Chicago Bulls up 2-0. We'll try to sweep tomorrow night. The Knicks now 2-1. The Celtics already won their series. The Cavs up 2-1. What's it look like TNT-wise? Well, tomorrow night, game 1 is the Bulls and Heat. You'll see the Knicks and Pistons playing Friday night here on TNT, and the Cavs and Nets Thursday on TNT. Let's go to the West now. The Blazers with a 2-0 lead, same deal with the Suns. The Jazz now with a 2-1 lead, and the Sonics taking a 2-1 advantage over the Golden State Warriors with that 1-point win. TNT tomorrow night, Blazers and Lakers as LA goes for the sweep. We'll have bonus coverage of the Suns and Spurs tomorrow, bonus coverage of the Jazz and the Clippers on Thursday, and the Warriors and Sonics Thursday night playing game 4 at the Seattle Coliseum. We could have more fireworks in store on that night. So some closing comments from you now. We got sweeps possibly at hand tomorrow, but I guess you take nothing for granted after what we saw tonight in New Jersey.
No, you know, it's that time of year. Everybody's up. The emotions are so high, and if we have another night tomorrow night like we had tonight, it's going to be great.
We won't be able to stand it. Bob Weiss will be here tomorrow night. We want to go back to Seattle Coliseum. Certainly one of the plays of the game was that around-the-world dunk by Sean Kemp. I'm sure he'll talk about that with J.D. and Jack Givens. Take it away, guys.
Okay, Ernie Johnson, and he'll also talk about some clutch free throws he made down the stretch. Sean, just another night at the office, right?
That's right. Very exciting, I'll tell you that, and very happy we pulled it off.
Sean, I know before this series started, no one wanted to play the SuperSonics. That was the word that every team out west was saying. You were a big part of that. You came through tonight with some real big plays.
Yeah, we did. What we did is play better the second half of the season, and we've just carried that on into the playoffs now. And myself, we played Golden State the last game of the year. I missed 2 free throws at the end of the ball game, and I'm just glad I got the opportunity to come back and make the free throws in this ball game here.
Hey, Sean, how difficult is it for you as a team when you're playing this Golden State club? Now, Jack, during the course of the game, mentioned it. Don Nelson makes so many changes, and he makes changes quickly. How difficult is it for you to maintain concentration so you know at all times, hey, who do I have each trip down the floor?
Very true. The first half, they had me very confused out there. He made so many changes on the offensive end, and, you know, he substitutes so many players in the ball game that it takes your concentration away because you can't concentrate on one thing for more than 2 or 3 minutes.
Now, Sean, you guys had a pretty comfortable lead, 11 points there in the 4th period. I know it must be pretty depressing to see how quickly Golden State can get back in the game, but George calls a timeout. You guys come back and respond. What happened during that course of the game?
What we did is he wanted to force that the ball was going to go inside, and we want to force the ball inside, and we figured we could get the free throws out of that, and that's what we did. We were very successful with that.
Big game. Congratulations.
A big game coming up here Thursday night. Sean, you guys have a chance to lock this up.
Yeah, we do. We have a chance to end it Thursday, and we're going to go to practice tomorrow, work on a few things, make a couple of changes, and we'll be here Thursday night ready to play.
Because the Sonics win it tonight by 1, and they lead this series 2-1.
All right, man.
A lot of women find my looks intimidating. Do you?
My mother makes the best brisket.
There I was in the Congo.
Why is a good man so hard to find?
Just a minute, okay?
Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down. To drink light, yet satisfy completely. So while men aren't perfect,
You think so?
at least refreshment is.
In a world of sweeping changes, there is one certainty. The financial strength of the rock, the The Prudential, rock solid.
The 1992 NBA playoffs have been brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. And by Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Dutch Boy. Year after year, Dutch Boy paint has the look that lasts.
So the Sonics with this one-point victory tonight. And tonight's Budweiser player of the game is Sean Kemp. 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 out of 15 from the line. Be sure to stay with TNT as NBA action continues tomorrow. The Heat and Bulls at 8 o'clock Eastern. Then the Trailblazers and the Lakers from the Great Western Forum. Coming up next on TNT, Inside the NBA with Fred Hickman and Mike Glenn. For Jack Gibbons from Seattle, Jim Durham. Good night.